Hi, it's Rob from the Bobsphere, and today it's a small video about, well, small, I don't know how long this will be actually. Anyway, a small video about the Women's Prize 2021 shortlist. Now, I said I was going to do individual reviews, but I didn't have the time. I was quite busy. Nothing bad, let's range out a bit. So I decided to do them in one block. Okay, so this year I thought the shortlist was very good. There was only one book I didn't like. Generally, with the Women's Prize, I don't like the long list that much, but then I really like the short list, and then the winner is amazing. They have a really good track record there. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the 6 books on the short list and ranking from least to favorite. So here we go. Now, this is the only one I didn't like. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. It's about a woman who makes a lot of mistakes, let's put it this way. But it's also a commentary on Jamaican politics, Jamaican life, about the patriarchy, about sexist ideas. So this is a book I admire, but I have to admit I got bored many times reading this. I don't know, it just didn't get me. And technically I should like this because it talks for it's about multiple viewpoints, crisscrossing destinies, but it just didn't work for me. Oh well. This I would rate a 5 out of 10. Now the rest are all, let's say, between 8, 9, and 10. It's just the book affected me in a different way. So next on the list, which would rank as number 5, is Claire Fuller's Unsalted Ground. This is a great, great story. It's got a good plot. It's got great characters. I like the way it's plotted out. I mean, it's I wouldn't say faultless, but it's a really, really good story. It's about these twins, and they lose their mother, and they find out that the mother had a lot of secrets in the past, and it's all coming back to them. There's something very cozy about Claire Fuller's writing. It's very English, fireplaces and caravans and things like that. It's very warm. I do like it. I do like it. The only reason why I'm ranking it number 5 is that there are stronger books. But it's definitely worth a read. I like her books. I've read 3 of them, and they've all been good. Anyway, next. So now we've gone to 5, 6, 5, 4. Number 4. Because I'm really bad at numbers. 4. Okay, so we've got The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. I've spoken a lot about this. I'll say it again. It is I would rank Claire Fuller's Unsettled Ground an 8. This one would get an 8.5. So, this is really good. What I really like about it is that it talks about racism within the Afro-American community, which I've never read before. So that was a big plus. And eye-opening as well. And the writing's really good. Much better than Britt Bennett's debut, The Mothers. There was potential, but now it's been fulfilled. So I'm hoping in book number 3 that will be the masterpiece, but this is a near masterpiece. Okay, it's about twins, again, like in the other book. About twins, one has a slightly lighter shade of skin and she moves up in the world, while the other one, who's quite dark skin tone, kind of stays in a status quo situation. Again, and it's about racism, and it's about how people are treated, it's how skin tone can affect things. Obviously, she's writing that. It's really good. I mean, all of them are really good, except for that one. Now, no one is talking about this. This is by Patricia Lockwood. This ranks number 3, so then you can guess what the other 2 books may be. This, I think, is the future of literature. This gets a 9, definitely. Definitely a 9. It's told like a tweet, but it's difficult to explain. Okay, it's about an influencer who travels around the country, and then one day her sister gives birth to a baby, which is deformed, but it brings a new meaning to her. So it's about reality versus the internet world. But the thing is, through all the memes in the first half, there's a lot of memes and references to GIFs and Reddit posts. It brings out a collective consciousness, kind of the zeitgeist But also the symbolism represents, let's say the symbolism of the tweets that she includes represents as well topics that are still very relevant today, like sexism and male toxicity. It's a very clever and intricate book. It is not to everyone's liking. It could get on your nerves. You can either love it or hate it. And part one can test you. But although I'm not of that the demographic of this book, I really did enjoy it. I think this is the signpost to the future of literature in the sense that, I mean, there have been other people who've written like this, not with memes, but in the same choppy style. Let's say Emer McBride kind of does this kind of style. Lots of people from the Galley Beggar Press, publisher in print. So that's not new. But the new thing is the fact that she uses memes and Reddit posts to symbolize our daily problems. And I thought that was very clever. There's a lot to pick on this book. A lot. To pick apart, not to pick on. Well, anyway, very good. Now, next one's a 10. Perenezi. I've spoken about this. I think it's brilliant. It's my type of novel. I like it when something's a bit vague and then the clues start. Maybe you could predict it. Someone said it's predictable, but I didn't find it predictable. But I'm not the brightest of all readers. So I just come into everything blind. I mean, for me to predict something has to be really, really obvious. So it's about this person who's in this land and there's this master, and slowly you find out why he's in this land by finding the clues that are strewn about, and then it leads to a kind of fight. It's really, really good. Again, I like this kind of like no one is talking about this kind of battles between a fantasy world and the reality, and we'll see who wins. Great. And you can guess number 1. This is Yagazi. This is a full 10 on 10. Give it an 11 on 10. Transcendent Kingdom. I thought this book was absolutely fantastic, faultless, brilliant, and every other accolade. It is multi-layered. Whoa, there's a lot going on in this book. It's about this, I wouldn't say Afro-American. Yeah, an Afro-American, you can say that, because her parents are from Ghana. Immigrant. And her brother dies of a heroin overdose, an opiate overdose. And it talks all about how the roots of this overdose. And then it also goes into her profession, which is influenced by this overdose. And then it goes into immigration and culture clashes. And it goes into generations, how different generations of Americans think, from their parents. It goes into parenthood, it goes into motherhood. Then the main character's mother undergoes depression, so there's quite a bit about mental health, and it never feels crowded. In fact, it's quite a thin book. It doesn't feel crowded. The writing is exquisite. I thought this is a fantastic book. Homegoing, her debut, was really good, but this is that great artistic leap. I am hoping as well this wins. I wouldn't be unhappy if the others did, except for How the One-Armed Sister. But I'm really hoping that this wins. Now, the price is being pushed to September, so that's quite a wait. But I'm very confident. We'll see. So far, I've been really good at predicting the Women's Prize winner. I've been doing it right for quite a long time. We'll see. Okay, did you read all 6 books? What do you think of the shortlist? Do you think it's better than last year's? I do, much, much better. Do you agree with my number 1 choice? Tell me. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We can discuss. I don't mind. Okay, see you next time.